Hi, I'm Jose Saldana. This is my daily devotion. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. Today, we're going to respond to a prompt, a comment left on our last daily devotion by a guy named Brother T.H.A. Seth, Brother T.H.A. Seth. And he asked the question, what is your approach on how you see things when it comes to setting up expectations? And I'm going to assume that he's referring to expectations as far as in a relationship and or specifically in a marriage. And so let me give you a little example. Me and my wife have been married for 6 long years. And the day we got married, when you come in, you're nervous, you're excited, your heart is racing and everything, your temperature's high. And Pastor, he gives the cue, he gives the release. He says, "You may now kiss the bride." And so I'm full of excitement. I'm ready for this, and my eyes are wide open, and I'm expecting that passion, that fire. I'm expecting to melt, I'm expecting to see stars and rainbows and hear angelic choirs singing. And as he gives the cue, "You may now kiss your bride," I lean in for a juicy one. And I miss somehow. And I open my eyes and she's like dodging me out of the way. She was like the Matrix, dodging me. And I learned right then, hey man, you got to curb your expectations, because when you have high expectations, you're only going to set up, yourself for failure. You put you and your spouse, your husband or your wife, in a lose-lose situation. When you make expectations too high, you set the bar too high. And so, say for instance, I come home from work and I shouldn't expect that my wife is going to cook a good meal. That's not something I should expect. If she cooks a meal, that should be a surprise to me. And then if it's actually good, that should be even a greater surprise. And I should appreciate her for that, lower my expectations. But she also, in the same instance, shouldn't expect that I'm going to enjoy the meal. Even to go as far as she shouldn't even expect that I'm even going to eat the meal. You know what I mean? I remember one time, it was my wife's 30th birthday, and she expected me to do something huge, something big, a surprise party, throw a bash, a smash, a blowout, and it didn't happen that way. And she was disappointed in me because I didn't meet her expectations. But I expected, she expected me to remember this big eventful day, but I expected that, hey, you got to give me a monthly hint, a weekly hint, and then maybe like a 24-hour warning. And she didn't meet my expectations about reminding me when her birthday was. And so how am I supposed to meet her expectations about remembering to throw her this amazing bash? So what we have to do is kind of lower the bar, lower the bar. I don't expect her to cook a great meal. I don't expect her to be home. She shouldn't expect me to work and bring home the bacon. She shouldn't expect me to provide for her. That's only setting me up for failure if I can't do those things. And that's where the conflict happens, and that's where the clashes happen. And so that's my philosophy on expectations, is just lower that bar. Make it easy. Don't make me jump over a 10-foot hoop. Don't make me jump over a 2-foot hoop. Lower that bar. Make it 3 or 4 inches high. I can do that. That's something I can do. But there's also, let me give you scripture today so you don't get upset. Psalm 62 and verse number 5. He says, "My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him." He is the only one that will never, ever disappoint you. It doesn't matter how high you set the bar, how much you expect from him. He is always able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we could ever ask or think. He is the only one that can exceed any expectation that you give him. When you come into a relationship with God, he will never disappoint. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. Have mercy on me. Don't set that bar so high.